Hello, and welcome back to our channel. Have you ever studied English vocabulary at night, understood everything clearly, and then woken up the next morning feeling like half of it had disappeared? Maybe you studied 10 new words yesterday. You repeated them several times, checked their meanings, and felt confident that you had learned them. But a few days later, when you tried to use those words, you couldn't remember them. You might start wondering why you keep forgetting the English you've already studied. But learning doesn't end when you close your book. While you sleep, your brain continues working. It processes and organizes information from your day, and sleep plays an important role in strengthening memories. That's why what you do before bedtime can become a useful part of your English learning routine. Now, this doesn't mean you can play difficult English audio all night and magically wake up fluent. The real opportunity is much simpler. Use the peaceful 15 minutes before sleep to give your brain calm, understandable English that you've intentionally listened to and practiced. During the day, your mind is often busy. You're working, studying, checking messages, solving problems, and thinking about responsibilities. At night, however, you can create a quieter learning environment with fewer distractions. Instead of forcing yourself through another stressful grammar lesson, you can slow down, relax your body, listen to a few easy English sentences, repeat useful phrases, and prepare your mind for sleep. Then, the next morning, you can briefly recall and repeat some of that English again. This creates a simple learning cycle. Practice before sleep, allow your brain time to rest, and recall after waking. In this video, you'll learn how to build that routine step by step using relaxation, soft and comprehensible audio, positive English affirmations, and morning recall practice. And we'll begin with the first step, learning how to leave the stress of your day behind and prepare your mind for a calm 15-minute English bedtime routine. Before you begin your bedtime English practice, there's something important you need to do first. Help your mind slow down. Think about what your brain experiences during a normal day. You may spend hours working, studying, answering messages, solving problems, traveling, taking care of your family, or thinking about tomorrow. By the time you finally get into bed, your body may be tired, but your mind can still be extremely busy. And when your mind is filled with stress and distractions, learning becomes much more difficult. That's why the first minute of your nighttime English routine shouldn't begin with vocabulary, grammar, or listening. It should begin with calm. Try this simple 60-second breathing exercise. Sit or lie down comfortably. Put your phone aside for a moment, and close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Slowly breathe in through your nose. Pause briefly. Then breathe out slowly, and allow your shoulders, jaw, and face to relax. Continue breathing slowly for about 1 minute. While you breathe, don't think about how many English words you need to learn. Don't test yourself. Don't worry about mistakes. Your only goal is to create a clear transition between your busy daytime life and your quiet nighttime practice. After about 60 seconds, begin your English session gently. You might listen to a few simple sentences that you already mostly understand. Don't immediately choose difficult vocabulary or complicated grammar. Remember, this isn't supposed to feel like an examination. Your goal is to give your brain calm, comprehensible English before sleep. This change in mindset is important because many learners accidentally turn English into another source of pressure. They study late at night because they feel guilty about not practicing during the day. Then they force themselves through difficult material while exhausted. That usually isn't a sustainable routine. Instead, make your bedtime English practice something peaceful. Think of these 15 minutes as a gentle closing ritual for your day. You aren't trying to master an entire grammar chapter. You aren't trying to memorize 50 new words. You're simply giving your brain a small amount of useful English while preparing your body for rest. Remember this principle. At night, reduce the pressure and increase the calm. One focused, peaceful session can be more useful than forcing yourself through difficult material when your attention is exhausted. Once your breathing slows and your mind feels quieter, you're ready for the next step, choosing the right English to listen to. And in the next part, we'll look at exactly what your bedtime audio should sound like, and why short, easy, repetitive English is a much better choice than fast movies or difficult grammar lectures before sleep. Now that your mind is calmer, the next step is choosing the right English audio for your bedtime routine. This matters because not every type of English content is suitable before sleep. If the material is too fast, too difficult, or too exciting, your brain has to work harder at exactly the time you're trying to relax. For nighttime learning, think short, calm, easy, and repetitive. First, choose something short. You don't need a 1-hour podcast or an entire movie. A short recording of a few minutes is enough. You can even use the same recording for several nights. Remember, the purpose isn't to consume as much English as possible. The purpose is to become deeply familiar with a small amount of useful language. Second, choose English that you already understand quite well. Bedtime isn't the best moment to fight with complicated vocabulary or analyze difficult grammar. The sentences should feel comfortable. When you hear them, you should understand the general meaning without constantly translating in your head. For example, simple sentences about daily life can work well. I usually wake up early in the morning. I enjoy drinking coffee before work. Tomorrow is another opportunity to practice English. The language doesn't need to be impressive. It needs to be understandable. Third, look for repetition. Hearing useful phrases more than once gives you another opportunity to notice their pronunciation, rhythm, and structure. Instead of listening to 50 completely different sentences, you might listen to 10 useful sentences repeated several times. You can also repeat some of them quietly yourself before you become too sleepy. Fourth, keep the volume comfortable and soft. Your bedtime English shouldn't feel like someone is giving a presentation beside your bed. The audio should support a peaceful environment rather than demand constant attention. And there's another important point. Don't choose highly stimulating content. A fast action movie may be entertaining, but explosions, dramatic music, rapid conversations, and constantly changing scenes can keep your attention active. A difficult grammar lecture can create another problem. You may start analyzing rules, taking notes, checking examples, and worrying about what you don't understand. That's useful at another time of day, but it's not the purpose of this routine. Your nighttime practice should feel more like gentle review than intensive study. You can create a simple collection of bedtime material containing familiar vocabulary, short stories, everyday expressions, or slow English passages. Once you find something that works, don't feel that you need new material every night. Familiarity is valuable. When the same sentence appears again, your brain doesn't have to begin from zero. You may notice something you missed before. A phrase becomes easier to recognize. A pronunciation pattern becomes more familiar. A sentence starts feeling more natural. Remember this principle. Nighttime English should be easy enough to relax with and useful enough to remember. So don't measure your bedtime practice by how difficult the material is. Measure it by how calmly and clearly you can follow it. Choose a short recording. Keep the language simple. Use repetition. Keep the volume soft. And allow the session to prepare you for rest, rather than keep your brain working at full speed. Once you've created this calm listening environment, we can add another element to the routine. In the next part, we'll explore positive English affirmations and meet Fatima, a learner who discovered that changing the language she used to describe herself helped change the way she approached speaking English. Now that you've chosen calm, simple English for your bedtime listening, let's add another element to your nighttime routine: positive self-talk. Many English learners spend years repeating negative messages to themselves without realizing it. After making a mistake, they think their English isn't good enough. Before a conversation, they expect themselves to become nervous. When they hear someone speaking fluently, they compare themselves and immediately lose confidence. If these thoughts are repeated every day, they can influence the way you approach English. That's why your bedtime routine can include a few simple English affirmations. These are short, positive statements that help you create a calmer and more encouraging attitude toward your learning. For example, you can repeat, "My English is growing every day. I am becoming more comfortable with English. I can speak even when I make mistakes. I speak English without fear. Every day, speaking becomes easier. The goal isn't to convince yourself that you're already perfect. The goal is to replace constant negative self-talk with language that supports continued practice. You only need 2 or 3 statements. Say them slowly. Repeat each one several times. And keep the language simple enough that you don't need to translate it. Let me tell you about a learner named Fatima. Fatima had studied English for years and understood much more than she believed she did. But whenever she needed to speak, one thought appeared immediately. She was going to make a mistake. That thought followed her into almost every conversation. So Fatima began changing the final minutes of her day. After listening to a short, calm English recording, she repeated a few simple statements about herself and her learning. One of her favorites was, "I can speak even when I make mistakes." Another was, "My English is improving every day." She didn't expect these sentences to magically improve her grammar overnight. Instead, she used them to change the emotional atmosphere around her English practice. Night after night, she listened to familiar English and ended with the same calm statements. Over time, something began to change. Fatima became less focused on avoiding mistakes and more willing to use the English she already knew. When she hesitated during conversations, she didn't immediately interpret that hesitation as failure. She simply continued. Her confidence grew because her daily behavior began changing. She practiced more. She spoke more often. And she became more comfortable hearing her own voice in English. This is the real purpose of positive self-talk. It isn't magic, and it doesn't replace vocabulary, listening, grammar, or speaking practice. It helps create a mindset that makes consistent practice easier. So tonight, after your short listening session, choose 2 simple English affirmations. Repeat them slowly a few times while you're relaxed. Keep them realistic, positive, and connected to action. Remember this principle. The language you repeatedly use about your learning can influence the way you approach your learning. But your nighttime routine shouldn't end when you fall asleep. There's one more important step waiting for you the next morning. In the next part, we'll explore the morning recall lock, a simple 2-minute exercise that helps you bring 1 or 2 phrases from the previous night's listening back into your active speaking practice. Your nighttime English routine doesn't really finish when you fall asleep. There is one more small step that can make the routine much more useful, and it happens the next morning. I call this the morning recall lock. The idea is very simple. During your bedtime session, you listened to a small amount of easy English. You repeated familiar phrases, relaxed your mind, and then went to sleep. The next morning, instead of immediately forgetting about that practice, spend just 2 minutes bringing some of that English back into your active memory. You don't need to review the entire audio. You don't need to open a textbook. And you don't need to remember every sentence perfectly. Simply try to recall 1 or 2 phrases from the previous night. Before checking the audio or reading your notes, give your brain a chance to remember them on its own. Think about the sentences you heard. Which phrase stayed with you? Which expression can you still remember? Then say it out loud. Maybe the phrase was, "I'm looking forward to tomorrow." Repeat it several times. Then try changing it slightly. "I'm looking forward to the weekend." "I'm looking forward to seeing my friends." Or perhaps you practiced, "I'm getting better every day." Say it again in the morning. Let your mouth reproduce the sentence instead of simply recognizing it in your mind. This step is important because there is a difference between recognizing English and actively retrieving English. When you hear a phrase and understand it, that's useful. But when you can bring that phrase back from memory and say it without looking at the answer, you're training a skill that is much closer to real speaking. Real conversations don't give you a page of vocabulary to choose from. You need to retrieve language yourself. That's why these 2 morning minutes matter. You can make the routine extremely simple. Wake up, sit comfortably, and before becoming distracted by messages or social media, ask yourself, what English do I remember from last night? Recall 1 phrase. Say it aloud 3 times. Then recall another phrase if you can. If you can't remember anything, don't become frustrated. Play a few seconds of the previous night's audio, find 1 familiar sentence, and repeat it. The purpose isn't to test yourself or create pressure. The purpose is to reconnect with the language. You can even use one of your bedtime phrases during the day. If you practiced, "I'm planning on," create a morning sentence about your real plans. "I'm planning on finishing my work early today." Now the phrase is no longer something you only heard. You've used it. This creates a powerful learning cycle. Hear it at night, rest, recall it in the morning, and use it during the day. Remember this principle. Don't only recognize the English you study. Train yourself to retrieve it. Your morning practice doesn't need to be long. 2 focused minutes are enough to reconnect with the previous night's learning and begin your day with active English. And in the final part, we'll bring the entire routine together into one simple sequence. Calm, soft audio, affirmation, morning recall, and I'll challenge you to begin your first nighttime English routine tonight. Now we've reached the final part of this lesson, and it's time to bring everything together into one simple nighttime English routine. You don't need to study for hours before bed. You don't need difficult grammar exercises or long vocabulary lists. You only need about 15 calm minutes and a routine you can repeat consistently. Remember these 4 steps. Calm, soft audio, affirmation, morning recall. First, calm your mind. Spend about 1 minute breathing slowly and letting go of the stress from your day. Don't begin your nighttime practice while your mind is still racing. Second, listen to short, soft, understandable English audio. Choose sentences you can follow easily. Keep the volume comfortable, use repetition, and allow the English to feel relaxing rather than demanding. Third, finish with a few positive English affirmations. Remind yourself that your English is growing, that mistakes are part of practice, and that you are becoming more comfortable using the language. Then sleep. The next morning, complete the final step, morning recall. Before your day becomes busy, spend 2 minutes remembering 1 or 2 phrases from the previous night. Say them out loud and, if possible, create a new sentence with each phrase. That's your complete routine. Calm, listen, affirm, sleep, recall. Don't expect one night to transform your English. The power comes from repetition. A small routine practiced consistently can help you review useful language while creating a calmer relationship with English learning. So here's your challenge. Start tonight. Give yourself 15 peaceful minutes before bed and try this routine for the next 7 nights. If you're accepting the challenge, leave a comment below saying, "I'm starting tonight." Let that comment become your commitment. And if you'd like more simple English routines and graded lessons to support your fluency, subscribe to the channel and continue learning with us. Keep your nighttime practice simple. Keep it peaceful. Keep it consistent. And tomorrow morning, wake up and give your English another chance to come back to you.